Okay, good afternoon. According to my time, this is afternoon. My name is Alfred Obialo and I built Effectiv Accounting, from the ground up. So this tutorial is about how to get Effectiv up and running in your organization. Alright, now I have Effectiv Online, and normally this is a demoed account. So what we're going to be looking at how to install Effectiv locally. So Effectiv has been designed for you to have it both online and offline. That is within your local network. So this is the online version, which I allow people to go online and test it locally. Alright, now I have an account called, I'm going to log in as a super admin for the application. Alright, so I'm going to click on the continue, login to continue. So normally what you see here is the dashboard for Effectiv, and various account balances gets viewed, and that is because I have the permission to see all this information, and that's why I'm seeing them here. So we have the dashboard module, the transaction module, product and services, customer and vendors, human resource, accounting, alerts, and settings. So the settings has a lot of things that should be done whenever you're setting up Effectiv from scratch. We're going to look into that. So let's go to the transaction, because I may not be going through all this when we start a brand new installation of Effectiv. Alright, so for those who would want to learn how to install Effectiv, and this is what you do in the installation section, which is this section. I'm going to explain how you could start Effectiv afresh in an organization. So this is a transaction section. I think there's a mostly here where it seems I see everything related to sales, those that are active, open, pending, estimates, and all that. I'm constantly working on this project. There are a lot of things that need to be put in place in other modules, and even a lot of arrangement of how the data are being presented to users. But currently Effectiv is well good. You can use it for your business. Everything runs smoothly and fast. But what I need to do, I keep on improving it, both security and performance, and these are the key factors I look into when I build this application. So I'll strive hard to make everything work smoothly, so that your business processes will go further without hindrance. So I have various transactions here. So I'm going to skim through most of these stuffs. Now there's a transaction which is still in its open state, which is an open state. Alright, and you can see the details from this transaction. We could do other things, like I can edit this and maybe add one more item, and that's a laptop again. And I'm going to say this one is I'm going to add the 520, the 15 inch laptop. I'll be giving a discount of 20% for that. And if I add that, whoa, okay, that's wrong. It gave us a 15 inch. That's exactly what we had before. Okay, so I'm gonna remove one. A 17 inch. I'm giving a 12% discount. Add. Alright, now we have a discount of 12%, which seems to be much. Let's say 5% discount. Okay, so we gave a 5% discount. Then just move this guy upward. Okay, So this is a 17-inch with a discount there, and this the 15-inch. So you can see the total amount is this. So maybe this is what this customer wants. Okay, the customer wants this, and I'm going to add this, so I can remove this item, and that's the purpose for keeping a sales order in an open state. So I can re-update this. Maybe the customer is not yet ready to process this. Now you can see how fast Effectiv is. It's online and everything seems to be done fast. I can still print this since it is still an open transaction. You can still print it. It's not paid yet. Alright, so it generates the output for us. We can still print it in PDF format. Alright, so you can see a PDF format, and that prints a PDF format for that. Now let's look into, alright, we have a PDF format for this. See, still incomplete and still open, which means no transaction has been recorded for that particular sales. Alright, no transaction has been done, nothing has been done. So let's open up a transaction that has a perfect example of completion. So this is an invoice but incomplete payment. So let's go into that, and we can look into this. This customer is owing a total outstanding balance of 314,100, which is similar to what he owed for this particular transaction. So this is the total outstanding debt for this particular customer, and we could look into the customer details, accounts, transactions. Alright, it's existing transactions and all that. Then the payment tab shows us how he made payment. So on the first instance, he paid 185,900, and that was done with his existing credit limit with us. We can choose to cancel this because maybe it is a wrong entry, so we could cancel it. Alright, it's going to ask you, are you sure? So then I bought that, and this is another cash payment, and that's why cash payment was made, and we have all this down. Okay, I think that is a journal entry for this transaction, what transpires in the accounting system for Effectiv. So that's a lot. You can filter, you can even show out reports, which is what I've already generated in Excel. Okay, you can see sales reports with charts, scan through each of them. So it's customizable. Is the invoice. So see how beautiful it is. So this is the invoice you give out to your customer. You can choose either format you want to, and that's an invoice. You can customize even how you want this section to be shaded. Okay, you can do that in the settings section, which I'm going to explain extensively when I'm going to create a new account. This is an estimate that has been accepted by our customer. You can look at it and an invoice and make an invoice from this. Alright, now I'll look into the product and services. The product and service module should have a lot of information about products, services, like things that are most purchased, out of stock, and all that. They should come here, and I know about that. I'm working towards making that happen. So I'm expecting those features to be available by November of 2018. Alright, God's willing, I'm going to make sure that features are out. But we have the list of product, and it may not look that great in the interface, and the reason for this is maybe the way I arranged the whole thing. I may rethink this design I may find a UI expert that may give me a better idea. Now the idea is a product can have multiple variants, and that's how I'm going to put it, multiple variants. And the other things I intend to add in the future, but for now this is what we got. Alright, now we're looking at these products, and we're looking at we're filtering out those products that has category. Now if you look at the top right, we have has category as a keyword there. You can even include the word category, they're all the same, and it gets you every item that has a category. And this is our laptop. We have 1 unit each remaining, and remember we have one in a sales order, the 17-inch laptop, but we haven't transacted that document yet, so it's still telling us we have one left. Now in some situations we may want to reserve something, so it should be showing us 0. So these are the features I intend to add maybe when the client starts asking for such features, but for now I want to do the necessary things. Those can come later at a more relaxed time, or I will look into that. So if I open a product item, you can go through them. You can even go to his account details and stock history, alright, and how they are being sold. Okay, so you can see beginning stock, created, sell what made, and need stock created, another one, and so on and so forth. So these are the details about this. Now if I open this transaction details, it tells me this is where a transaction that involves this laptop was made, and it was paid completely. Alright, we made the payment, and that's the name of the client there. Alright, now let me close this. I could well, creating a product item is as easy as hitting this create, and you will now create a new item. So category, item types, and all that. So Effectiv has this beautiful flexible way for you to handle those. Likewise, a customer module dashboard, we have things related to your customers and vendors. So we kind of incorporate customers and vendors. They are all customers and vendors, they are all together, but we will have filters. Let's say, okay, I want to see all vendors, and I have one vendor. I want to see all buyers, which are customers. I have how many of them? 11 of them. Okay, the customers with email. So give me customers that has email. So these are how I built Effectiv to be easier with phone number, customer that has phone numbers, customer no phone number, and you have every information you want. Now this is very beautiful because you may say, okay, customer with phone numbers, I want to send an SMS, all right, and they may meet other criteria, like do they like this particular product we are trying to create a promo for. So there should be a marketing module that will come with Effectiv Enterprise 2020. I don't know the year. Just know that I have those things in mind. Now, customer with email are customers we may want to send details of their invoice through mails or reminders that they ought to pay. So these are things we can do with this module. So there are a lot into this, and I want to look at the customer here. I'm going to open customer record. You can look at them to see what this customer has bought from us. There are a lot that I intend to add when it comes to customer. A lot of features that will help us skim through or detailed information about this customer. So let me look at this customer, see if he has contacts. Actually I should have customers with contacts listed for me. You can see there's no customer with a contact here. Okay, So creating a customer is as easy as clicking on this section. Okay, this is one way you could do it. And I can create a customer, let me say, that way. That way. Electronics. Okay, let me just use that. So this is a company. The address will go here. I don't know what I'm typing, but just know that I'm just trying to create an address. Okay, KJ. Location is in Lagos. And email info at .com. Alright, so this one, and website could be this. So there's not a valid website, so I have to make it valid. Okay, so phone number, let's put anything, it's the phone number. Okay, now this is a customer, it's a buyer, but I'm going to give him I'm going to give this customer a bigger a wholesale price level or distributor price level. So distributor price level, that's all I have to give to this customer. Then the contact, I would say Austin Lay, whatever the name is. Okay, mobile phone. That's it, and I can add the picture of this person. Okay, now that's great. So let me give instance that maybe this is the person, and job position, regional manager. Okay, that's a regional manager. I'm going to add that person as a contact now. I'm going to save this customer profile. So the customer profile was saved completely. We go back to customer list, and I'm going to scroll and look for, there's it. Alright, now it's telling me by which one contact. So whenever I open up this profile, clicking on it, you can go to the content and see the content I have, can hit about it. So what's the advantage of that is I could type Austin and it comes out. Okay, it still comes out as a customer record. Alright, now these are the things we have. The accounting module has other interesting features. The chart of account has its own advanced things. So you can look at this loan taken from bank. We have subsidiary accounts for our banks. You can open each of this and see what happened. how the money came about. So this has only one transaction. Let me go back and look at this one, heritage. Alright, so a lot of interesting features are built into this project. So from here we can look at all the things like the trial balances. We have these two must match. Okay, we have income statements which we can print. Okay, you can print that and look at that. So this is our income statement, the whole accounting period income statement. So you could also choose which month you intend to see the income statement. So I could just go here and say this month, current month. Okay, if I reload this, it says I've made income of 710. So this is the income for this month. Okay, so there are a lot of interesting things Effectiv comes with. So I like putting this as this account period. There's a notification for me. And what is that? Okay, this item is out of stock. Alright, which is actually why it is red here. It's currently out of stock. Alright, so I think I've seen that. Alright, now let's go into building Effectiv from the ground. This is just the Effectiv online version. So I'm logging out, which is what you have to do the day you're done with it. So this is Effectiv running locally. First thing you need to do when you see this is to accept the agreement, or you don't accept and quit. Okay, now accepting means you accept everything involved in this software. That's not difficult. So it's a licensable project, so depends on the agreement you have with the company. So I'm going to click on accept and install. Now Effectiv is built with SQL Server 2012 and above, so you're expected to have the minimum Express Edition 2012, so you can have 2012 and above. Now what is important here is I'm trying to install Effectiv as a local application or application instance. Now I have to specify the database instance here, okay, which is a normal thing. So if I have Express and you install Express as a default, there's nothing you need to do here. You just leave it this way. That's the default I gave you. But if you intend to install it somewhere else, then you have to put the server IP, whatever, in here. Next is a preferred database name. What do you prefer to call this database? Now let me say I want to call it let's say what is it that I want to do with this sample? Okay, I want to do a buying and selling kind of application or service or whatever. Okay, let's say we're into IT. No, mostly buying and selling. Let's say we're into medicals, a hospital, or a pharmaceutical, whatever it could be. So you could put the name. Okay, I could put the database name here. Let me just call it training database, and default. Then next is database connection, authentication, user ID and password. So I'm going to put what I intend to put and the password. Now here it has a checkbox that says, it's an attention though, if you're running this in a shared hosting, Shared hosting doesn't give you access to creating database manually. Okay, they generate the database for you by asking you for the database name and all that. They generate the database for you. So in that case, when you create your database in a shared hosting environment, then you have to put in the database name here. So in this case, you have to put in the whole database name they generate for you here. Then you also have to put your server ID. Okay, so I'm not doing that. So I'm going to install. It's going to ask you, are you sure? So this will install Effectiv. If my credentials are correct, it's going to go to the process of installing the database, installing every authentication roles and permissions module. Then it's going to ask me who is going to be the super admin for this application. In that case, I'll put in my details and move further. So database has been created, installing system roles. So this is about the whole security system for Effectiv. It's been installed currently. Alright, now the next thing is who is going to manage this as the super admin. So I'm going to still put my name so I don't forget what I use. So I'm going to create this, save it, install a financial account, preparing chart of accounts, and done. So you have a new instance of Effectiv. Now what you see here, it says no valid license for this application. Please attach a license file to continue. So you have to go to the settings, and where we have the attach a license, and you have to attach a license, a valid license, to your own copy of Effectiv. So I have my licensing folders. I have a license I created. Alright, so I'm going to select one of the activated accounts I have here. I think I have don't know. Let's try one of these. I'll try this enterprise version, and this has not been activated. So this is an enterprise version license, was issued on May 26, but hasn't been activated. If I try to activate this, it says the time allowed for me to activate it has expired. Okay, so I will need to have an account that will allow me to go through standard Zaco. No, let's see this. Okay. Alright, now this is already activated, and I just added it. This a standard version for Effectiv. If I should refresh, see the whole menus are out. Then what we need to do is based on the company, we could change the theme. So the settings section, I'm going to come for the theme first of all. I'm going to choose a theme that suits that I would prefer. Okay, so a lot of people have their own choice of themes. So let me use this one. So this is a theme I chose. Still on the settings section. there's a basic section. Now this is a standard version of Effectiv. The currency module is still in beta, so we are working hard to make that possible. But for now, you can change, or you can use only one currency, okay, for the business. So this module is not enabled, and it's available for higher version of Effectiv, and that is the business hour module. We have block user from changing your password. But see, if you have multiple users and you don't want them to change passwords you give to them, so you could simply block them. Alright, all you need to know is when you change any of these, remember to save the settings while you save the theme here. Let's go to the accounting. First, here is enable credit limit. You want to enable credit limit for your customers. It's enabled by default. Then process payments, process sales without payment. Now, when you make sales, do you want to receive money immediately from your customers? If yes, then you have to leave this way. But if you want them to owe you, then you have to check this to allow them to take those items or services without paying you. So let's go to product and create one. I'm going to create a simple product, which is going to be service. Service is we do packaging. I don't know what it's going to be. So packaging. So packaging here of goods. Let me say that. So it's a packaging of goods, and category is packages. So let me just go here and add list of category package. Alright, I'll just add one, and here I'm going to say to perform this package is going to cost us 3,000. I'm going to charge, I'm going to take an income of 2,000. Okay, what we're going to use in doing the package is going to cost us 3,000, and I just added one. So I'm going to save this thing. It is a service. Detail of all this will be done later. So I just added a price, and that's all I need to do. Now when I come right here and say new invoice category, so I can now select this item, and the customer details has been selected automatically because I just have only one. And you can see we have 4,999. Well, I don't know how it came about. Let me go and check what I did there. Expand this. I see the packaging here has a retail price. Let me edit this. Say 2,000. Okay, let me say 2,600. That's what I need to do. I'm going to update this and close. Alright, so the retail price is now what it is. So I think I need to retype this. So I have the original price, adding this, and this one service I'm going to render now. Now when I click create, it creates this order in an open state. When I hit the validate, it's not telling me complete payment is required, and that's because from the settings, like I said already, requires a complete payment. So this thing will only go if this customer paid completely. So I'm going to select this and say clear all balance and validate this. So the customer has paid. That's assumed. So if you want to allow situations where customer can go without payment. Here, remember this, enforce credit limit. So there are more to these features, and which will be explained in subsequent videos. Alright, thank you all for listening again. Bye bye.